Welcome to the Capital Sports Show on the CCE Sports Network. I'm Kevin Majoros, and tonight we are at TeamDC SportsFest. Over 30 LGBT sports teams all gathered together, mingling, networking, and trying to recruit new players. Let's go inside and meet some of the athletes. Hi, I am with Brent Miner from Team DC, the executive director and founder, and also Miguel and Grace, who are board members with Team DC. We are just coming inside to SportsFest, and it looks like we have a record turnout of people here tonight.
Yep, definitely. We have over 41 participants here today, so whether it's different sports teams or some of our partners like HRC and Athletes for Equality and the Gay Games are all represented here today.
The Information Clearinghouse for over 30 LGBT sports teams. And now you also have had a sports festival of your own in the works for the last year or so. Tell us about that.
We started that last year, started on a small scale. And one of the things that we're doing is in the years that there's not a gay game, so it would be 3 years on and then take the year off for the gay game. So this year there is not a Freedom Sports Festival. But we're looking at the idea of turning this into a women's sports festival, because there's really nothing like that currently exists, and there's a real strong need for more programming for women athletes. And one of the things that we've learned is that if you do not set these programs up, they just don't happen organically. You have to make a concerted effort to create these specific events, and you can't just add a women's component to a men's event. It just doesn't translate. It doesn't seem to catch on, folks. So the idea is that this would be a women's sports festival in July of 2015. It would be a multi-sport tournament. It would be regional in focus, but of course anybody would be welcome. And the other thing that we've learned from talking to women, we have another focus group coming up in 2 weeks on this, is there's a lot of straight women and lesbians who play sports together. There's the division is not as strong as you might see in the male community. So the sports festival is open to anybody, but we think that's going to create more opportunities for women. We've always been trying to get more women involved, and I think you have to take this kind of leap of faith to make this thing happen. We did that with Team DC. I mean, we were like, we're not sure if this is going to work. I mean, with the night out at the Nationals, we bought 200 tickets 10 years ago, and we thought, well, I hope we don't get stuck with these. We sold them out in the first 90 minutes of Pride. So, you know, that'll be coming up on June the 17th, and
very nice.
You know, we're looking to have another 4,000 people to come to that game in our section, which is really crazy. But it's.
I am with Brian with TriOut. TriOut is a new LGBT offshoot of the DC Triathlon Club. And Brian is actually here riding right in the middle of SportsFest. So will we see you at the Gay Games this summer?
Yes, you will. I'm doing the Olympic triathlon.
Awesome. And how many triathlons have you done in the past?
25 to 30.
That's quite a few. So this will be your first Gay Games?
Yes, it will be.
And what are you looking forward to most?
Just the overall experience, just the venue, the whole camaraderie, the experience of being with a whole bunch of gay people, and just the community of it all.
And how many people from TriOut will be coming besides you?
I think we got 10 to 15 people who have agreed to so far.
Awesome. We'll see Brian this summer at the Cleveland Gay Games.
Packers,
Vikings, Red State, Blue State.
We come from different places,
Uptown.
but when we live united, we create real lasting change in the education, income, and health of our country. Real change won't happen without you. So give, advocate, volunteer, live united. Sign up at liveunited.org.
I am here with Jack from Capital City Volleyball. The Nag Volleyball Championships will be held right here in Washington, D.C., co-hosted by Capital City Volleyball along with Gotham City Volleyball. So tell us about the tournament. How many people are you expecting?
Sure, so it's an annual championships tournament, and we're planning on 120 to 130 teams, which at about 8 people on average per team will be somewhere in the range of 900 to 1,000 people. So we're really excited.
Great. And those people will be coming from all over the country or North America?
Yeah, all over North America. We, for championships, we'll get, a dozen or so teams from Canada, somewhere in the range of 5 to 10 from Mexico, and then the majority come from throughout the U.S.
And will we see you at the Gay Games this summer?
Oh, you know it. Yep, my team that I play with normally with NAGVA will all be there. We're really excited. We can't wait.
I'm with Tony from the Chesapeake and Potomac Softball League. Last year, CAPS hosted the World Softball Series here in Washington, D.C., which drew how many players?
Over 5,000.
Wow. And then this summer, they will be hosting their own Magic tournament, which is July 4th. And how many people come to that tournament?
Normally around 500 to 1,000.
And where do they come from?
Normally the Eastern Seaboard, all the way up from like New York down to like Orlando, Fort Lauderdale area.
And has your spring summer league started already?
No, our first week of games is the first Sunday of May. Our registration has started. It goes up until the first week of softball.
And CAPS will be sending teams to the Gay Games this summer.
Correct. Two that we know of, possibly a third coming.
I am with Paul from the DC Sentinels Basketball Team. The Sentinels just wrapped up the second season of the Washington, D.C. Gay Basketball League. And more importantly, they have just returned from Chicago, Illinois, and have won the title at the Cody Roundball Classic. How was the weekend winning the title?
Thanks for having me. The Cody Roundball Classic was very awesome. One of our teams came out first place in All City as well as in the tournament. We had two other teams that played. One came out second, the other. We played very well. We didn't make it, but it's all about building community and having fun. We had a good time. Good.
So how does that set you up for the Gay Games this summer?
We're going to be very competitive. As you know, there will be teams all over the nation or all over the country that will be coming to play and compete. DC will be set very well. We have very competitive people. We're not all about being competitive or competing in tournaments. We're about building community and having fun. But we can get down with the best of them, and we'll be ready to represent the nation's capital in the Gay Games.
That's a wrap for the Capital Sports Show. We'll see you real soon on the CCE Sports Network. I'm Kevin Majoros.